My name is Paul Schutz. I'm an associate professor in the religious studies department, where I teach courses and do research on the relationship between religion and ecology and sustainability. I teach a lot of courses that intersect with the sustainability minor and pathway, and I'm pretty engaged also in sustainability efforts across campus. You know, a starting point that a lot of people come from is the classic UN Brundtland Report, definition, which is to ensure that we have enough sort of for future generations without compromising the needs of the present. I think it's a good starting point, but my sort of concern or critique of it is that it's an anthropocentric definition. When we say generations in that definition, the UN means generations of humans. But our sustainability, the sustainability of human society and everything else is dependent on the sustainability of other species, their capacity to reproduce, to be fertile, to do what they need to do in order to provide the basic, ecosystem services and interrelationships on which all of us collectively depend. So our survival is intertwined inextricably with the survival of other species, and not just the survival, but the thriving of other species. So when I think of sustainability, I want to think of it more broadly as both a way of seeing the world and a way of acting that is oriented toward the many, many life-giving relationships that connect the human species to every other species on Earth, and all of the systems, the biotic and abiotic forces, right, to use the classic language, that connect all of us, and that within those humans live in such a way that they are aware of the sort of dynamics of all of the parts of the system, and we live within the limits that that system imposes upon us, so that every species, every creature has the capacity to live and to thrive in ways that benefit the whole. And I think that is really what sustainability is, because anything short of that is going to be sustainable for one group but not for the other. I always think of this quote, from Eric Zenzi, who's a theorist that's written on this stuff. He says, the Earth decides what's sustainable. It always has and it always will. We as humans think that we can determine the meaning of sustainability, but we're inevitably going to mean sustainable for us. Ultimately, Earth decides what's sustainable. The natural processes we live within are already sustainable if we let them be that. And so we have to live according to those rules rather than trying to set the rules ourselves.
How would you define sustainability?
I would define sustainability as just moving towards, the green movement, moving towards the world being better off when it comes to less carbon emissions and things along that sort.
I think sustainability is using resources efficiently and in a natural manner without wasting too much.
I define sustainability as healthy practices for yourself and for the earth.
I would say it's being aware of the role you play in the ecosystem and making sure to not put too much back out into the world as you're taking it in.
Do you think that Santa Clara is a sustainable campus? And if so, are there any examples if they are or aren't?
I think so. I'm not too aware of anything that Santa Clara is doing specifically, but I think they have efforts put in, they have the compost bins, and they have solar panels, so I think so.
I think SU is doing pretty good in terms of sustainability, because I know there are some turn events, if you've ever heard of those. Yeah, they pretty much give you they teach you different topics about sustainability and I guess how to live better. I also appreciate the campus trees and everything. I think the environment definitely shows that sustainable aspect to it.
Yeah, I mean, my sister went to a college in Tennessee and they didn't even have recycling bins. So I definitely think compared to the rest of the United States, we're definitely doing a good job. But I think there could always be improvements, but I do think they're doing a good job of reminding people to keep those practices going.
In your own life, can you point to anything that you do that you would consider sustainable, or even things that aren't sustainable?
Yeah, so I'm actually vegetarian, which I feel that's made the biggest improvement just with my own health, and it just makes me feel good to know that I'm doing good for the planet. I also thrift all of my clothes. I think fast fashion is probably one of the worst things.
Perfect. And then in your everyday life, do you think that there are any things that you do that are sustainable or even unsustainable?
I try to always like recycle and not use like too much plastic, and if I can, like reuse things. Like I have tote bags that I use at, like Trader Joe's. But I think I could probably be a little bit better at that.
And then finally, what do you think humankind's duty to nature is?
I think to minimize our effect on nature. I think we've already had a lot of an impact on the world, and I think just like try to minimize that effects for future. Yeah.